y'all, man. It's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? And hey, it's Saturday, and there's not a better day to go on a liquor store run, man. We all done made it through the work week. It's already time to kick back, relax, unwind. It's the weekend, so come on in, and we're going to get drunk off the Dallas Cowboys content together, man. And hey, we got a lot to talk about, man. You know, on my return show, I was supposed to come back and talk about the undrafted free agents that they picked up. We never did, so I'm going to make sure to cover those guys in depth today. So we'll look at Nate Peat, get my in-depth thoughts about him, look at some scouting reports. We'll talk about Brevyn Spann-Ford. We'll look at some scouting reports and measurables and things like that. And of course, man, I did not get a chance to talk about these Shedeur Sanders rumors about him possibly coming to Dallas next year. So I just got to touch on that. I know it's not exactly new anymore, but I still got to give my thoughts on it, man. You know, I was down and out when it first originally happened, and I just want to give my 2 cents on it. So, hey, we got a lot to cover. So y'all know the usual rules of engagement. Y'all tap in with your boy Henny, man. First and foremost, when y'all slide on in here, make sure y'all hit that like button and make sure y'all hit that share button. The more likes that we get on these videos, the more that these platforms promote the content that we put out. That's really just how the algorithm works. So if you want the liquor store to prosper, you want the boy Henny to do well, you want us to grow, you want us to flourish, all you got to do is hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, and it goes a long way in helping out the independent content creators, man. After you hit that like button, I need you to turn right back around and hit that share button. Because 1, sharing is caring. 2, the more that you share, the more eyeballs are going to view it. And 3, we also believe in manifestation inside of the liquor store, man. We're trying to manifest that 6th championship for the Dallas Cowboys. So when you share the content, make sure you share the content 6 times. It could be the 6 family members, 6 friends, 6 frenemies, 6 enemies. It could be some Eagles fans. It does not matter. Share the content 6 times and help us manifest that 6th championship for the Dallas Cowboys in 2025. And real quick, let me show y'all some love to everybody in the chat box already. My boy Sin City Cowboy in the building. Cortavius, what's up with you? My guy Justin Kitchen in the building, helped us practice manifestation with the 6th championship trophy. My boy Elos in the building. He said, we don't need Shedeur Sanders. We have Dak Prescott. Give Dak his 2nd contract already. Hey, I can agree with that. Hey, I'm not saying that we need him. We just going to talk about the room. John Jones, what's up with you, man? He said, what's up, HTM and Cowboys Nation? My boy Joe Chang China, not from China, tapping in from Italy. Said, what's up, HTM? Sharing your video, pushing the like button, slapping Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones all around until he gives Dak a new contract. I feel it. Tyrone Church in the building too, man. What's good with you, my brother? So, hey, y'all done hit that like, y'all done hit that share, and do like my boy Joe said, man. The next thing I need y'all to do is to slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man. If you're able to find one and lay palms on it, I will be able to give you half off with all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And you know, we got exactly what you need to succeed over here, man. We got Calvaritas, we got gin, we got hen, and everything else under the sun that can make you sin. So tap in with your boy, Henny the Moore, and come get drunk at the liquor store. He said, oh, Timothy said, what you waiting on, Jerry? I know, man. They always be drawing these contracts out, man. It makes no sense. And, hey, I just hope there's no other quarterback contract coming down the pipeline, man. We're going to make this more expensive. But, hey, I appreciate you, Timothy, with the 6th championship trophy. Well, hey, last thing, if you want to support the liquor store, help keep the lights on, you can hit the Cash App. It's at the bottom of the screen, $Henny the Moore. Or because we're monetized on the page, you can hit the super chats or the super stickers. Everything you're seeing goes a long way in helping out to improve the content and help you boy out. So I appreciate y'all in advance. And now that we got all that out the way, man, let's talk about it. So I want to start off with the Shedeur Sanders shit. Right. I want to start off with the Shedeur Sanders. And it really started with Ryan Clark. I like Ryan Clark. Right. I'm a fan of his game. He usually gives very spot on analysis, but I don't really agree with this right now. So Ryan Clark said with their first pick of the 2025 draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Shedeur Sanders. And he said Deion Sanders has a short list of teams he'd allow his son to play for. And I bet good money that the Cowboys at the top of that list. That could lead for big time money in next year's free agency, and Shedeur Sanders could replace him in a return home to lead America's team. His father built part of his legend wearing a star on his helmet. Why not run it back? The Jones Sanders legacy continues. Think about it. Now listen, it's a good storyline. I will give Ryan Clark that. It's a good storyline. What's up with you, Rico Jones? I see you with the 6 shot glasses. Salute to you, man. But yeah, it's a good storyline. But that's all it is a storyline. Because I want to ask y'all something. Where is Shedeur Sanders? Let's just keep it very simple. Where is Shedeur Sanders being mocked at? Like, where are they predicting him to go? Like, most mocks, early mocks are saying that Shedeur Sanders might be the first overall pick in next year's draft. He might be pick number 2 or pick number 3, but they're projecting him to be pick number 1 right now. Number 1 overall. Round 1 pick. Does that sound like a player the Dallas Cowboys will be able to draft? Does that sound like, you got to think about it. The Carolina Panthers earned the first overall pick last year, and it ended up going to Chicago because of the trade. But the pick that Chicago got from the Panthers was the first overall pick, and that was because the Panthers only won one damn game. Right? So to have pick 1 in the first round last year, you had to have lost all your games with them. The Dallas Cowboys are not going to be that bad. Like, I know there's a bunch of question marks. I know people are down on the franchise and all this other stuff. But let me ask you a question. I don't put my face on the screen. When was the last time that Dak Prescott had a losing season when he played the full season? If Dak Prescott is healthy, he's going to win games. Matter of fact, let me just show you. I already got it pulled up. Right? Because it's one thing to talk about this, but it's another thing, like, it's not realistic. So last time that I checked, Dak Prescott is 73-41 as a starting quarterback in the National Football League. 73-41. He's played, this is going to be year 9. So in 8 years, he only has 41 losses. Meaning Dak Prescott only loses about 5 games a year. Dak Prescott only loses about 5 games a year. So how can a quarterback that has helped lead a team to a 12-5 record the last 3 years, right? And the year before that, right, the year before Mike McCarthy got here, the worst they were was 8-8. That still is not going to be good enough to get pick number 1. It still is not going to be good enough to get pick number 1, the first overall pick. And that is exactly where Shedeur Sanders is supposed to go. Clifford, what's up with you, man? What it do, HTM? Long time. Hope everything is good with you now. I'm back and I'm in a much better position right now, man. I feel so much better. I feel so much more better, bro. But I appreciate you, man. Yeah, he averages about 11 wins a season. Averages only about 5 losses. So, like, the thought process of the Dallas Cowboys will be bad enough to even draft Shedeur Sanders is crazy. Mr. Richburg, man, what's up with you? We're talking about a quarterback say what you want about Dak Prescott. Like he has his flaws. There's no such thing as a perfect quarterback. But Dak Prescott's not going to have a losing season, regardless of what you think. We might only win 9 games. We might only win 10. We might, exceed expectations and win 12 or 13. But what we're not going to do is have a losing record or be bad enough to draft at the very top of the first round. Because teams that only win 3 or 4 games, that's where they pick. The Giants pick high like that. Those folks pick high like that. The Dallas Cowboys will never be bad enough to draft somebody like Shedeur Sanders, at least straight up. The only way that the Dallas Cowboys will be able to get Shedeur Sanders in Dallas is if the Dallas Cowboys mortgage away their future. If they traded away multiple first-round picks and moved up, that would be the only way to get Shedeur Sanders. And then, there's another thing. If Shedeur Sanders is as good as everybody says, why would the team that has the first overall pick trade away the first overall pick instead of drafting Shedeur Sanders? If he's as good as advertised, then there is no way in hell that they will give up that pick. Right? The same thing with the Caleb Williams stuff. Like there are plenty of people that asked for their first overall pick so they could try to get Caleb Williams. And the Chicago Bears held on to that pick for dear life, regardless of who was offered. So again, the Dallas Cowboys will not be bad enough to draft Shedeur Sanders. They have a track record of not trading away. How tall is Shedeur? Let me look. He's probably like 6'3". 6'2". Maybe 6'3". Let me see. I don't think he's 6'2". 6'2". So he's 6'2", 215 pounds. And crazy as it is, he was born right in Dallas, Texas. So in a sense, it would be a homecoming. I'm not really sure where he went to high school and everything else, but he was born in Dallas, Texas. You mad, say, man, it's in the West Virginia Notre Dame. So yeah, it's just not realistic. It's just not realistic to think the Dallas Cowboys will get Shedeur Sanders. Because it just doesn't make sense. Now, I'm not saying that Shedeur Sanders is not going to be a good quarterback. He has talent. I just don't believe the Dallas Cowboys will remotely be able to draft him. And I'm expecting the quarterback that we currently have to have another MVP caliber season. And that's the thing that we're looking at. Like, how much better can we get at quarterback? Because right now we have an all-pro and a guy that was just in the running for MVP. So how much better can we get at quarterback any day? Right, how much better? Unless you're telling me Shedeur Sanders is going to be a league MVP, there's no guarantee that he'll be better than Dak Prescott. Right, on an individual level. The playoff woes are going to be the playoff woes until we put together a complete team. They can stop the run the football efficiently, do this and do that. Until we build a multifaceted team, we can swap out quarterbacks. We're still going to have the same playoff issues. But I'm just talking about from an individual standpoint. Like, individually, how much better can we get at quarterback? Is Shedeur going to come in and become a league MVP? Is he also going to be an all-pro quarterback? Because last time I checked, we went from an all-pro quarterback in Tony Romo, went to an all-pro quarterback in Dak Prescott, and had similar results. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even sure swapping out quarterbacks is the remedy. We've done that already. And we haven't had the kind of success that we got with it. So, I think there's more things to clean up in here. But yeah, I don't really believe the Dallas Cowboys will be in position to get Shedeur Sanders. What are y'all thoughts, though? Because we got to go 5-12. Probably got to be worse than that. Matter of fact, let's take a look at the 2024 draft order by record. I can't see their record in there, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it just don't make sense. But moving on though, my boy Mr. Burns in the building, man. Said what up HBM? Good to see the liquor stores back open. It's good to be back open, man. I appreciate all y'all for sliding in and rocking with me. Like I said it was a tough month, but hey, your boy's back. Fully rejuvenated. Hey, we ready to get into the content, man. But salute to all y'all for sliding in and rocking with me. Yeah, like a running back or a defensive tackle makes a lot of sense for 2025. Especially if this running back by committee stuff. Running back by committee fails, we definitely are going to try to get another running back. It was a good running back class. So there's a first round running back that we had. So let's move forward though, man. So it's time. It's time to talk about some of these undrafted free agents that the Dallas Cowboys picked up. And we're going to start with the athletic freak that is Brevyn Spann-Ford, right? And I want to start here because Mike McCarthy loves this kind of play. He loves this kind of play. 6'6", 260 pounds, ran a 4.7. So he's a very good athlete. He's huge. And he fits the mold of all the other tight ends that Mike McCarthy picked up over the years. Go back to Green Bay. Back to Green Bay. Think about a Jermichael Finney. Those are the kind of molds of tight ends that Mike McCarthy likes. He likes a big athletic tight end that can make plays. So let's just read through some of these measurables for the board, Brevyn. Ain't nobody trying to see no best buy ass. All right. So they had him as the 13th ranked tight end in this class. Played at Minnesota. All right. They're saying last year. Let's take a look at his stats. It's a big body. All right. So last year was slightly down. He only had 239 yards and 2 touchdowns. The year before that, though, he caught 42 balls, 497 yards, and had 2 touchdowns. So the 2022 campaign was more productive for him. But hey, you really can't teach that kind of size and that kind of athleticism. Yeah, that's exactly right. He is like somebody. And that's why Mike McCarthy likes him. Yeah, I heard it back. They got backlash. It's in French, right? I'm gonna catch the rewind. Later. You know I got Peacock. My grandson loves Day, so I gotta keep it on deck. I got to keep it on deck. All right. So that's some of his measurables. That's some of his numbers. Let's take a look at his actual scouting report. What do the so-called professionals think? So remember, anybody can make a scouting report. So anybody can watch the film, and anybody can take notes and jot down what they see and what they feel. Let's see if we agree with them. All right. So according to them, these are his strengths. Has extremely good, soft, natural hands. Consistently makes the clean catch. Soft hands. Flashes good to very good tracking and overall body control to make catches outside of his frame. Good strength and effort to run through arm tackles. He's very good in contested catch situations, using his frame effectively to make plays facing the quarterback. Spann-Ford also shows a knack for high-pointing the ball, consistently out-muscling defensive backs. So far what they said has tracked. He uses his frame very well. He's 6'6". They say that he catches the ball pretty well. And hey, listen, there's a lot of margin for error when you're 6'6". There's a lot of margin for error when you're 6'6" and when somebody can put the ball. Hey, Miss Charles, I'm doing well. How you doing today? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the channel. I appreciate you. So yeah, so far it's track. They haven't said anything egregious yet that I do not agree. So far so good. So let's continue on with the scatter report. He's a very good in contested catch situation. Using his frame effectively to make plays, facing the quarterback. Spann also shows a knack for high throwing the ball consistently. Okay. Spann-Ford fights his way off the line of scrimmage against press coverage, showing quick, violent hands and good balance. Knee bend and technique were good, and Spann-Ford shows decent power when his hands hit the target. All right. So I can agree with most of it. So let's see if we agree with his so-called weakness. Let's see if we agree with his so-called weakness. Yeah, don't know one want that Shedeur anyway. That's poor boy. He's not going to make it far in my team anyway in the NFL. Well, he is very outspoken. I would say that. And listen, I'm not sure a lot of Dallas Cowboys fans will be able to handle a quarterback that will get on social media and cuss them out. I'm not sure they can handle that. There's a lot of people that have issues with Micah Parsons and him doing podcasts. So just imagine what kind of issues they would have with Shedeur Sanders on the sideline, his brother shooting documentary, him getting frustrated and talking crazy to the fan base. Like it would be crazy. It would be crazy. So yeah, man. All right. So in regards to Brevyn Spann-Ford's alleged weaknesses, they said he is a bit high-hipped and slow to get rolling. Frame limits upside as a blocker. Spann-Ford seems comfortable in traffic to the point where Spann-Ford doesn't make an effort to create separation. He's largely a non-factor downfield, and he had issues with drops when running behind a defensive back and tracking the ball. More quick than fast, he won't always be able to run away from NFL. And that's fine, And those are fair critiques, but I also will say this: that's sort of the point of being 6'6" and having a big old catch radius. Like a lot of guys, listen, you only run a 4.7 and he's a tight end. Really, what you want is for him to be matched up against a safety, be matched up against a linebacker, and take advantage of that mismatch. I'm not sure linebackers and safeties will be able to handle him. And due to his size at 6'6", I'm not really expecting him to run past the defensive back. I'm expecting him to go over a defensive back. So those critiques might be true. He might not even care about getting separation. We have to go back and watch the film. You got to watch the film yourself and take your own notes to dispute somebody else's scouting report. So but if those are the only critiques that they have, like you would figure somebody that size and that catch radius, that would be the case any day. I'm not expecting him to run past a defensive back, leave him flat-footed, and go 50, 60 yards. I'm expecting him to be a red zone target. I expected him to, be a possession guy over the middle of the field sometimes. I'm not really expecting any of that other stuff. We already got Jake Ferguson to be the dynamic tight end. Any other tight end, just need to give Dak Prescott a big old target when he needs one. So I'm fine with it. If those are the only critiques, I think I can live with it. These boys got paused. What are y'all thoughts about Brevyn Spann-Ford, though? I know a lot of people were very excited when he got on the team. And he adds another dynamic piece to the tight end room. Now, I can't speak on Schoonmaker. I'm still out on Schoonmaker. I don't know what Schoonmaker can give me. I'm not sure how he's developed so far or anything like that. But I'm high on Jake Ferguson. and I'm already high on John Stevens Jr., especially if he can come back relatively healthy. So if Brevyn Spann-Ford can be an adequate piece and utilize that athleticism and make his way onto this roster, I'm comfortable with 3 of the 4 tight ends that we have. What's up with you, DP? I'm super comfortable. But what are y'all thoughts about Brevyn Spann-Ford? How do y'all think that first and foremost, do y'all think that he'll earn a spot on the team? That's the first question. And then secondly, what do you think he brings to the table? I want to hear from y'all. See what y'all think about it. Hey, happy Saturday, Daniel Rivera Sports. How you doing, bro? It's good to see you. Yeah, put your thoughts in the chat box, though. I'm curious. Do you think he makes the team? And do you think that he can have an impact year 1? What's up with you, Numbhead Neil? He said, "What up, Henny?" Slapped up Steven and Jerry 24 times before checking in. Well, I believe that they're probably gonna be hospitalized at this point. Make sure that you're somewhere that they cannot extradite you. But it's good to see you, though, Numbhead Neil. Always putting in the work for the fan base. My boy said if JSJ is back, we should be playing bully ball and fast off runs, play action passes. Only way bigger push to add wide receiver 2 makes sense to me. I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that, man. But yeah, to answer my own question, yes, I believe he makes the team. I don't know if y'all was on here last time I was talking about this, but I said that the 2 tight ends that will be out, Peyton Hendershot, Sean McKeon. I believe that they will be the 2 odd men out. Peyton Hendershot did not impress last year. And, from everything that I hear, he was not going to make the team before John Stevens Jr. got hurt anyway. Right, there were all indications reported to. So, Sean McKeon is a blocking tight end with very limited offensive upside. Peyton Hendershot, he has some talent, but he has not put it together. Only a flash here and there. Was very disappointing last year. So, John Stevens Jr. fits the mold of what Mike McCarthy likes to do. I definitely believe that Brevyn Spann-Ford does as well. So I believe those will be your 4 tight ends. Jake Ferguson, Schoonmaker, Brevyn Spann-Ford, and John Stevens Jr. Oh, he on the bubble for sure, DP. He on the bubble for sure. All right. So we're gonna move on to the next one though, man. But hey, before we do, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. Make sure y'all slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man. We rocking. We rocking in the liquor store. Yo, Jeffrey, what's up with you, man? They been tapping in and showing love. My boy 22 said Big Brevyn a monster. Hey, anytime they give my quarterback a big target, I like that. Because listen, I like when the team gets faster, and I also like when the team gets bigger. Right? Because, hey, that's the best of both worlds. You got guys that can take the top off of the defense, and then you also have guys, that can play their Dez Bryant role and give you a red zone target and different things like that. So, hey, anytime you put a big dynamic target on the field for Dak Prescott, I love it. Especially at tight end. We know the man loves tight end. All right, so let's move along, man. Let's talk about that running back. Let's talk about Nathaniel Peat. Now, I could not find a scouting report on him from my usual source. I usually use NFL Draft Buzz. It's very detailed. It also gives you references on other like see down here. Like I also give you references on where they rank in other people's, drafting report, like Huddle Report, ESPN, NFL.com, PFF, yada yada. Like it gives you compare. So not only do they show their mocks, they also show where their scouting reports, match up with everybody else's. Right, so it's a good point of reference. But even though I could not find his own NFL draft buzz, I did find one for Nathaniel Peat. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. And this one is from Fan Nation, part of Sports Illustrated. And this is a scouting report for Missouri running back Nathaniel Peat. And this is actually slightly different. So he must have ran an official 4.5, and then he must have ran the 4.3 at his pro day. So I will say this: he looks more 4.3ish on tape than 4.5. That's the same thing that happened with Tony Pollard. He had a slower 40 time at his NFL combine, and then he had a much faster 40 time, sub 4.3 when he went to his pro day. And hey, everybody that looked at Tony Pollard game tape would say he looks like a 4.3 guy. When you look at Nathaniel Peat's game tape, he looks more 4.3 guy than 4.5 guy. So you never know. All right, so they got him listed as 196 pounds. Hometown Columbia, and he played high school at Rockbridge. So let's take a look at the scouting report and see what they say about the dude. So they say he's a downhill runner that can gain the tough yards, the speed, the stretch, the defense horizontally. Okay. And this is the evaluation, right? So it says thick frame with lower body mass and dense upper body. Low center of gravity, but not undersized in terms of height. Contact balance and strength pop immediately. Brings a pile with him and falls forward. Stays right through the hole with clean feet and sharp vision. Fast enough to run stretch plays to the perimeter and can gash the seam on inside zone. Drops his pad and maintains ball security when breaking through defenders. Makes the correct cut when his hole open and has the burst to turn into a big game. Won't make a lot of guys miss in short space. Tighter hips prevent elite agility and elusiveness required to make second and territory level defenders scared. Has to have a clear runway. Won't make lemonade out of lemons behind the line of scrimmage. So basically what they're saying is he needs lip blocking in front of him to be successful. Right? Even though he's explosive, it's really limited to hitting the hole as quickly as possible, getting ahead of steam, building up that speed, and having an explosive play. He's not like Le'Veon Bell when he's going to dance behind the line of scrimmage and make something happen and create his own hole. Like they say, he's a one-cut back. And sometimes they say he makes questionable cuts in the open field and is run straight to country. But this is a summary. He is a one-cut north-south runner that will gain the yards that are there. He needs a runway to get going and won't offer much in terms of short area misses. But his power and perimeter speed make him a suitable prospect. Increased ability in the passing game will leverage a higher draft position come time. And he did make some plays in the passing game last year. He had a 49-yard touchdown through the air. Right, caught a little wheel route, took a 49 yards for a score. So what they saying is true. So I missed you, Eastside. So by me reading a scouting report, I am selling delusional dreams. I'm glad that you're here. I miss you. Only you would say crazy shit like that, Eastside, but I'm glad that you're here. My boy said, only thing I'm worried about now is the cut down. To keep the wrong guys sometimes through the politics, but I like the roster right now. That's always something to watch for, bro. Because remember, I think everybody in their mama was traumatized when the Dallas Cowboys cut Isaiah Land last year. Like we just had him as a lock to make the team, and then they made a horrible decision. But I will say this: they did not have him going undrafted. They had a fifth round grade on Nathaniel Peat. Right? So listen, I was looking for a running back every round. Right? I was looking for a running back outside of the first round. I knew there would not be a running back taken in the first round. I said that multiple times. I also said there was gonna be no true linebacker taken in the first round. Nobody believed me out there. But I'm not trying to toot my horn. I'm just saying, I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. But all I'm saying is though, I was looking for a running back round 2, possibly round 3, round 4, round 5, it never came. So if Nathaniel Peat, if we picked up a guy that truly has a fifth round grade as an undrafted free agent and he pans out and he's anything, right? We won. So we've already seen that a lower round running back can be successful in the NFL. Tony Pollard was a fourth round pick. And he ended up being a multi-time 1,000-yard rusher. He was a Pro Bowler during the 2022 season. We've seen Isaiah Pacheco be a seventh-round pick for the Kansas City Chiefs to be their leading rusher, helped them win multiple Super Bowls so far. Even overtook their former first-round pick. So don't look at Nathaniel Peat like an undrafted free agent. Look at Nathaniel Peat like a fifth round draft pick. Look at Nathaniel Peat like a fifth round draft pick. That's the grade he had. And that's one of the reasons I look at TJ Bass the way I look at TJ Bass. TJ Bass had a fourth round grade. And he was end up being an undrafted free agent by the Dallas Cowboys. So listen, sometimes the Dallas Cowboys do things I don't agree with, and sometimes they can steal it. Because that's a steal. That is a steal. And this is just a little bit of background on the kid, man. As we mentioned, he was born in Columbia, Missouri, attended Rockbridge High School, where he set multiple school records and became the program's all-time leader in rushing yards. He was a 3-star prospect coming out of high school. Started at Stanford, played in 12 games as a freshman, but developed significantly into his later years. As a sophomore, played in all 6 games and was a key contributor as both a running back and special teamer. He received all Pac-12 honorable mention. Had a very strong junior season, played in 12 games, leading the team in rushing yards. He also led the Pac-12 in kickoff return yards during the senior season. Okay, as a senior, started off really strong before play declined toward the end of the season. Okay. So that's everything that they have on Nathaniel Peat. But the reason that I need Nathaniel Peat, yes, Cash still was undrafted. At least I contributed in that gump. Y'all so damn crazy. Oh Lord, he said Cooper gonna be the center. To be okay with that good play that he We'll see. It's gonna be hard for a rookie to jump a wide receiver to be in the league for 3 years. It's just gonna be hard because the guy that's been here is already used to NFL cornerbacks. He's already used to NFL defenses, and they've already had time on task at the quarterback, which is the most important thing. So Dak Prescott is going to trust somebody that's been there over somebody that hasn't. He's going to trust Jalen Tolbert more. He's going to trust Jalen Brooks more. He's going to trust Kavontae Turpin more. You know what I mean? So it's going to be hard for a rookie to come in and get a bunch of snaps over those guys, just based off the trust factor alone. There were a bunch of times last year in the scramble drill where Jalen Tolbert made big plays with Dak Prescott. So the scramble drill come around, he's going to look. And they've been putting in work. Jalen Tolbert's been putting in work with Brandon Cooks. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But if he's able to do it and earn it, that's a different story. But it's going to be hard. These guys have been putting in a lot of work behind the scenes. So I'm ready to see what the jump from year 2 to year 3 is going to look like for Tolbert. I'm ready to see what the jump from year 1 to year 2 will look like for Brooks. And I'm ready to see if they're going to give Devontae Turpin an actual opportunity to play wide receiver and not just be a special teams player. Like he's the guy that's the most dynamic playmaker that we have in terms of being able to take the top off of the defense and things like that. You would think Brandon Cooks, but Devontae Turpin's younger, and he made those plays throughout the course of the season last year. So we'll see. I'm very interested in this. But the reason I need Nathaniel Peat to come in here and earn a spot. Let me pull this up. I think it's this is the current running back room for the Dallas Cowboys. So let's just go through the list of everybody. Ezekiel Elliott. I can see a role for Zeke. I done said that 30,000 times. I can see Zeke getting 10 rushing touchdowns, however many yards. I don't care about the yardage. Give me touchdown. Right? There's a role for Zeke. There should be a role for Rico Dow, but I can't trust him to stay healthy. Royce Freeman, journeyman running back. Hasn't had over 100 carries in like 5 or 6 seasons. It's been a long time since he had over 100 carries. Deuce Vaughn is like 5'5". So he's going to be pigeonholed into a limited role. Hunter Lukey, they looking at him like a fullback. Snoop Connor, I think he has like 1 career rushing touchdown, maybe. So listen, there's a lot of room for improvement. None of these guys have the speed that Nathaniel Peat has, and I need diversity in my running back room. I can't just rely on Ezekiel Elliott to be the primary guy. They're trying to run a running back by committee, so they're trying to run a running back by committee. I need the committee to be good, right? Nobody trips about wide receiver by committee when all the wide receivers are good or serviceable, right? Nobody trips about a committee of players when they're all pretty damn good. It's just when there's only one decent guy on your committee and everybody else has question marks. That's where there's an issue. So Rico Dow, can't trust him to stay healthy. Royce Freeman, you really don't know what to get from him. He hasn't had a bunch of carries over these last couple seasons. Deuce Vaughn, we haven't really seen much from him. Even with the size limitations, he hasn't played much football either. Hunter Lukey, they're looking at as a fullback. Snoop Connor hasn't played a lot of football, and Nathaniel Peat is an undrafted free agent rookie. So listen, I wouldn't be surprised if Nathaniel Peat ends up on the final roster. Because who outside of Ezekiel Elliott, who should be promised a roster spot? Who should be untouchable? Who should already have a job secured in this running back room outside of Ezekiel Elliott? Nobody. There should not be a single running back outside of Ezekiel Elliott whose position is secure. Because I already know what I want Zeke. There's already a role defined for Zeke that only Zeke can see. But running back 2, the second guy, Rico was only healthy enough to give me 77 carries last year. Royce Freeman, you just got here, dog. They don't know you like that. Deuce Vaughn, what is your role going to be, Deuce? What's your role going to be? I will understand if you were a 4-3 guy. You're 5'5" and run a 4-5. It's very difficult for me to see your role on this team. Hunter Lukey, you have a role, but it's as a fullback. So all I'm saying is, outside of Zeke, there's no running back on this team that there's no running back on this team whose role is secure. So Nathaniel Peat had just about a good of a chance of making the team and being a contributor in 2025 as anybody else. And that's why I need him to show up and show out. Because if he can separate himself and he can utilize that speed and be a difference maker like that, be my home run hitter. So with that rookie tight end that got injured during preseason to be ready, yes. Yes, Ken, right, he will be ready. I think they're saying everybody will be ready. Overshawn should be ready for training camp. Trayvon Diggs is supposed to be ready for training camp. John Stevens Jr. should be ready for training camp. So they're saying everybody should be full go to start the season. So we should not be going into this upcoming season with any question marks. At least health wise. They should be good to go at that point. So yeah. Well, how y'all feeling about Nathaniel Peat, man? How y'all feeling about Nathaniel Peat? On a scale of 1 to 10, that's what I want to do. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being hell no, 10 being a lock, what are the odds of Nathaniel Peat making the final roster? What are the odds of Nathaniel Peat making the final roster in your opinion? Yeah, do I think we're going to add players at the final roster? Because they need to. That what good teams do. That's what good teams do. So hey, they should, but you never know. That's how I'm gonna phrase it. They should. If they don't, it's very telling. But yeah, man, scale of 1 to 10. What y'all think Nathaniel Peat's odds are of making the team? I'm gonna give him. I'm confident. I'm gonna give him a 7. HTM Sports got him at a 7 right now. I think he got on a scale of 1 to 10. Odds of him making the team is like a 7. Brevyn said a 6. I know the rest of y'all got some thoughts. Come on, man. Let me know, man. I'm trying to hear from y'all, too. My boy 23 said maybe a 5. So it's about a 50-50 shot. That ain't bad for our UDFA. Because listen, man, I'm down for a lot of the moves the Dallas Cowboys are doing. I'm down with improving the trenches. Right, I'm down with improving the trenches. I also believe they should be able. They need to have the ability to run the ball in the postseason, right? Help Dak Prescott out, give him something, he can fall back on and lean on. My issue is, don't give us this a weak ass running back committee. Like nothing's wrong with Zeke. I think he's fine. Everybody else in question are upgradable. Right, everybody else in question is upgradable. They're gonna show out during the preseason. I can see it. The only thing the only thing Nathaniel Peat has to do to secure a roster spot is either A, show that he can be a kick returner to free up Devontae Turpin to do more wide receiver stuff, or B, have some explosive, have a couple of explosive runs in the preseason. That's it. That's it. If he has a 40-yard run in the preseason, or he has a big return during the preseason, he's gonna make the team. So I like Royce because of the low mileage and he's a bruiser. But that's the thing. I will give you that. He has low mileage. He has not had a bunch of carries. The issue is Ezekiel is supposed to be the bruiser. So you got two running backs on your team doing the same thing. Where to change the pace? And I'm curious how many running backs you think they're going to carry. If Zeke is a lock, and they're going to have Hunter Lucy as a lock as a fullback, they're going to carry Rush Freeman, Nathaniel Peat. How many true running backs you think they're going to carry? 4? 3? I'm curious. They're going to carry 3 real running backs on a fullback. They're going to carry 4 running backs on a fullback. I'm curious. Do I think Cooper Beebe? Joe, Cooper Beebe's going to start. I have no doubt in my mind that Cooper Beebe will be the starting center in 2025. 2025, Cooper Beebe starts. Or no, 2024, I'm sorry. This year, Cooper Beebe will be your starting center. And then the year after that, he might be your starting right guard. I do not see a word where Cooper Beebe does not start. You know how well Brock Hoffman is going to have to perform for Cooper Beebe to sit his ass on the bench. It might be the best bet though. If you're gonna have a running back committee, you need multiple running backs. And I would go light. You know what I'm saying? I go light and maybe have one less safety than normal. Since you're gonna have real linebackers, you probably won't need as many safeties. But I don't know. It's way too early. It's way too early to know for sure. But I'm very curious of what the makeup of this roster is going to look like. But it is going to be very telling. If they do carry 4 running backs, you know that they give a damn about running the ball at least a little bit more than they did last year. Oh, DP said 5. So yeah, that would be the same as the 4 running backs and then Hunter Lucy as a fullback. So yeah, but yeah, that would be a monumental swing, I believe. Like swing in a different direction than their previous mindset. You got to think about it, man. Like Mike McCarthy has never been the guy known for wanting to run the football. So if we come out here running 12 personnel, power run game, power gap, and it's like dominating up front of the trenches, and then we compare that with some of the West Coast concepts, I think it does wonders for the damn offense, man. I really do. I really do think it'll do wonders for the offense. And this is one thing. This is not about an undrafted free agent, but I do want to talk very quickly about the boy that we drafted in the 6th round, Ryan Flournoy. Now listen, I don't really know how the hell he breaks through year 1. I don't know how he breaks through year 1. But if you had any concerns about the competition that he played, when he did play this good competition, he showed up and he showed out. Right? When he played his best competition, He always had good games. What's up with you, Jay Bryant? They be tapping in and showing love to the channel, my boy. Eastern Kentucky, 15 catches, 256 yards in a tug. Tennessee Tech, 6 catches, 203 yards in a tug. Montana, 11 catches, 161 yards. Southern Illinois, 10 catches, 145 yards in a tug. UT Martin, 9 catches, 112 yards in a tug. And if I'm not mistaken, they did play a ranked team. They got their ass beat, right? They got their ass beat. But he played well. If I'm not mistaken, he had 10 catches for 95 yards when they played. I think it was like number 16. Damn, what's the name of the damn team? Anyway, the man had almost 100 yards against D1 after he wasn't trying to get it. So my point being, if you're concerned about where he played football at, when he did get the opportunity to play against better competition, he still was very good and dominant. So, you know. What's up with you, Ricky Scott? Thank you for tapping in and showing love, man. My boy said he came in and shared and he dropped 6 emojis, man. You a real one, my boy. Salute to you. He said he has talent, but I think he's going to the practice squad in his first year. That is a very good possibility. Because like I said before y'all got in here, there should be no way humanly possible for him to beat out Jalen Tolbert. There should be no way humanly possible for him to beat out Jalen Brooks. There should be no way humanly possible for him to beat out Devontae Turpin. They've already been here. They got time on task. They know the offense. And they've already built a rapport with Dak Prescott. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's bad or anything like that. I'm not saying he's gonna take anybody's job. I'm just saying, you know, eventually down the line, you know, I think we got something. He need to work on his route running, right? He's not the most crisp route runner in the world. He needs to be better at creating separation at times at the top of his route. But he's a very good athlete, has very good size. He's got very good metrics. So, you know, we'll see. It's more of a future pick. I think there's more of a possibility for him to get chances in 2025. I don't foresee Brandon Cooks being here. I think I think this is going to be Brandon Cooks last year. They're not going to re-sign him. And it is what it is. But yeah, I definitely like the prospect and the talent. I just wanted to touch on that before we get out of here. But hey, it's been about an hour. I'm gonna touch on the rest of the undrafted free agents the next time I come on here. I'll discuss any other rumors that we have. On the way out though, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. Make sure you slap the shit out of Eagles fans. Make sure y'all hit that Cash App, that Super Chat, that PayPal, yada yada. Help keep the lights on in the liquor store so we can continue to prosper and bring you dope ass Dallas Cowboys content. And I always appreciate y'all for everything, man. But it is your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store.